Population growth and natural disasters. Population growth and natural disasters are linked with each other. The population of the world has been growing at a rapid rate for years, and this increase in population is one of the main factors that lead to natural disasters. As more people move into areas where there are high risks of natural disasters, such as earthquakes or hurricanes, these types of events will become more common. Population growth and earthquakes. Every few decades, a new population is born. Every time that happens, the Earth's crust shifts and moves to make room for all these people. This movement causes an earthquake in some parts of our planet, though not often. What does this tell us? It tells us there will always be earthquakes happening on Earth even though we might go years without feeling one. Population growth is a major factor in the increased rates of earthquakes. In many parts of the world, more people moving to new areas coupled with natural instability and changes can lead to geological activity that causes quakes. Population growth and natural disasters. Population growth and volcanoes. The first thing you may think of when it comes to population growth is an increase in the number of babies. But, what about those who die? That's a significant factor too. Volcanoes have been erupting and killing people for centuries, so how does this affect our planet's overall process? The answer, we don't know yet. It can be said that human population growth has contributed to the increase of volcanic activity. With more people in certain areas, we have an increased need for housing development and a higher risk of natural disasters like earthquakes or eruptions from nearby volcanoes. The population of the Earth is growing at such an exponential rate that it's inevitable there will be too many people for one planet to sustain. This increase in human beings has been a huge contributor factor as to why natural disasters, like volcanoes, are becoming more and more frequent. Population growth and landslides. In the past, landslides have been associated with volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Modern-day population growth is also a contributing factor in landslide occurrences worldwide. With more people on Earth, there are inevitably going to be increased risks for natural disasters such as landslides due to construction sites or overcrowding of housing developments near mountainsides that become unstable during heavy rains or other weather events like storms, which can cause rapid runoff. Population growth and natural disasters. Population growth and hurricanes. Population growth and hurricanes have shown to be a perfect storm of sorts. The population is expected to reach 9 billion by 2050, which will inevitably yield more natural disasters due in large part because average world temperatures are projected to rise 2 degrees Celsius, 3.6 Fahrenheit, above pre-industrial levels from the 1990s through 2099. Coupled with sea level rises attributed largely human-induced emissions of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide that trap heat around the Earth's surface, leading it into greater warming cycles as time goes on. The behavior of hurricanes is changing, and scientists are warning that the increase in population growth may have something to do with it. The large number of people living on coastlines or near streams has caused more powerful storms by adding weight to the surface water flow into storm systems from rainfall runoff. It's not a matter just about coastal populations either. Even inland areas can be affected if they lie downstream from vulnerable watersheds where floodwater enters rivers during heavy rains. All this means we need both immediate solutions for mitigating damages as well as long-term strategies for adapting our communities, so we're better prepared when disasters strike again. Population growth and flooding. The population is growing rapidly, and the flooding has increased as well, but we have no way to stop it. Population growth rates are increasing at an alarming rate, which results in more people being affected by floods due to how much water there now will be available for them all. Floods that were once a rarity could happen every year if this trend continues without the intervention of some kind. Population growth and flooding are two of the most challenging environmental issues facing our planet. The United Nations estimates that about 15,000 people die every year from floods, while many more suffer disease or injury as a result. Flooding is also an issue for those who live in urban areas because it can contaminate drinking water supplies with bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella, which cause illness when ingested by humans. As populations grow, this will only get worse unless we do something now to combat these problems. Population growth and extreme temperature. In recent years, researchers have begun to look more closely at how the human population is changing and its effects on climate. Earth's temperature has risen significantly in just a few decades, which can be attributed to factors such as an increase of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide or methane from industrial processes. The extreme rise in population has contributed to the increase in global warming. Climate change is a result of increased temperatures, and this will affect our world as we know it, even causing more natural disasters like hurricanes, floods, and earthquakes. Population growth and extreme temperature cause a shift in our ecosystem. Rising temperatures have been shown to cause an increase of plant species that are not native to the area, which can lead to long-term environmental degradation due to their inability for natural predators or invasive plants from other areas will overtake them. As well as this, higher temperatures also lead to increased energy consumption by air conditioning units used during hotter months, so they may be less sustainable than we think since it contributes to most greenhouse emissions. Population growth and natural disasters are increasing every day. We need to work in it so we can save our planet. Population growth and wildfires. The population in the country has grown exponentially in recent times, and this growth is a major contributor to wildfires. It's not just that people are starting more fires, but they have also increased their use of fire as part of everyday life, with campfires throughout the summer to keep themselves warm at night or to cook food over an open flame on top of rustic tables outside under wide open skies. But as time goes by, we forget about these little things, like how easy it was before all our homes had central heating, so now when there is some sort of freak weather event, which used to happen once every 100 years, it's happening nearly yearly. The population of the western U.S. is growing at a rate that may not be sustainable, and this leads to more wildfires. These fires can cause property damage, ecological disasters, or even death in some cases. The presence of these dangers requires an increased level of preparedness from citizens living there, which will likely lead people to move out if they are unprepared for such risks, as well as boost those who live near areas vulnerable to fire significantly in insurance rates due to their proximity's effect on risk levels. Likelihoods also get higher when you are close with forests prone to wildfire because it increases chances that your home gets burned down by one too. Population growth and lightning. The population growth in the world is causing a lot more lightning strikes. We have seen an increase of 12% this far into 2018, according to data from NOAA's National Weather Service, NWS. The new credits global warming for increasing ground level temperatures and areas with drought conditions, which both contribute to increased thunderstorms. Lightning has been on the rise since at least 2005, when NASA reported that there were approximately 10 billion flashes per year. Now it seems as if we get about twice that number. There were 11 million bolts last month alone. People are getting struck by lightning all over our planet every day. These numbers reflect just how much powder Mother Nature can wield even after experiencing centuries worth of human activity bullying her natural resources away. Population growth and acid rain. The population is growing faster than ever before, and the pollution in our air, water, and soil is making it hard to keep up. Current levels of emissions from cars alone generate more carbon dioxide every day than all plants on Earth can remove naturally. With increased car usage worldwide comes a higher risk for acid rain as well, because many people live close enough to an industrial plant or natural gas that releases sulfur into the atmosphere, which then falls back down onto their land when they get rainfall. Population growth and natural disasters should be our main concern if we want to live a better life.